I just did some Christmas shopping. And that Christmas shopping was not for my family. It wasn't for my friends. It wasn't for my boyfriend. It was actually for you. Listen until the end of this podcast to learn what's going on and how you can get your hands on this Christmas gift as a huge, huge thank you for being here for the remainder of 2023. Hello and welcome back to the Self-Love Archives. My name is Julia Salvia. I am your self-love bestie, or you can call me your self-love sister. I'm here and I am ready to jump in because I have so many exciting things I need to catch you up on. If there's ever a time that the world asks me to slow down, it is right now, the week before Christmas. It's like the world stops and it's just screaming at you, hey, we're going into a new year. Relax, decompress, get your shit together. You don't need to be going crazy. Do I listen to the universe every year? No, not particularly. Because you know the craziness of the holidays. We're on go mode, trying to get our work done out of the way so that we can relax the minute that Christmas is here, the minute that Christmas is over, for that little in-between week of the very last big holiday of the year and the start, the brand new beginning to a whole new year. If we want to get really deep with it, time is a whole mental construct. All of this was made up. But I like the holidays. I like the dates. I like having ends and beginnings, even if they are a whole mental construct and we can come up with our own ends and beginnings. Sometimes it's great to just go along with the societal ends and beginnings to push us to have those ends and beginnings. We're going to get into that later on in this episode. We're going to talk a little bit about the in-between. And that's such an exciting topic because it's something that I don't think a lot of us acknowledge at the end of the year. And we're going to get into it. But first, Christmas gifts. I was actually having a conversation. I was filming a sponsorship. I was doing a bunch of things and they all were surrounding gifts. Now, I feel very privileged to be able to gift. And with gifting things to others, I believe there should be no expectation of anything in return. I gift because it is part of my love language, my outward love language. I don't necessarily like getting gifts back. That's not what makes me feel loved per se. But I gift outward. And my gifts are the most thoughtful, well thought out. Like thoughtful, I guess that means the same thing, thoughtful and well thought out. They are just so well thought out, and I'm so proud of them. Whenever I go, my mindset goes into giving a gift to someone. The biggest thing that I think about is how can I make them cry? Happy tears, but like how can I make this person cry? Is that not good? Is that... I'm sorry for anyone that gets gifts from me that's listening. I don't mean to, but I mean to. There's going to be probably a whole podcast episode dedicated to love languages and the love languages that we should be adding into the love language theory. But for today's episode, let's talk about the love language of gifts. If there is any love language that gets the most shit, it is the love language of gifts. Anyone that has that love language of gifts feels materialistic and is like, why do you like how wrong of you to want to receive something material? Isn't it better if, someone does something for you or someone says something to you? It's not about the material thing. It is about the thoughtfulness behind the gift. Because if someone were to gift you anything, a piece of coal, for example, there's not going to be very much thought in that gift. I mean, unless you specifically said you wanted a piece of coal or something like that. Here's a great example. I was dating this guy. We had broken up for a period of time, got back together, and the vibes I was getting when we got back together was very show-offy. Like, he wanted to show off how well he was doing. He wanted to show off how amazing like things were for him. So Valentine's Day came quickly, or came like maybe a few weeks after we had gotten back together, and he purchased a gift for me. It's important to note that I was solely, completely, utterly only wearing gold. I didn't wear any silver jewelry. I wore gold jewelry and gold jewelry only. Not only that, I was wearing this one cross necklace on my neck all the time. I kid you not, I took it off for massages, maybe like other things like that, like, tanning. I took it off to maybe get a spray tan. That was it. Other than that, that necklace never left my neck. It meant a lot to me as it was a gift from my parents, and I really just liked it. I think it was more so I just liked the look of it. I've since taken that off, obviously, and don't wear it at all anymore for so many reasons, but knowing those two details. For Valentine's Day, there was no card, no plan, no dinner, no flowers, no other gifts, no doing anything. It was just, I drove all the way up to go see him a couple hours away in a completely different state, and the gift was a Tiffany's necklace. Now, I'm not exclusively like a Tiffany's girl. There's maybe one or a few things from there that I like. I'm not really a jewelry person. Unless you specifically know me and know what type of jewelry I like and know what I wear, I probably, the last thing I probably want is jewelry. And I love jewelry. I think I'm more into jewelry now than I was then. Like, the last thing that you would have bought me back then a couple of years ago, like 3-4 years ago, is jewelry. Last thing. So I open up this little Tiffany's box, and inside is one of their knotted balls. Why does it sound so wrong? It's just like a knot. It's a knot. It's a ball. It's in the shape of a ball, and it's a knot. And it's a necklace, and it's silver. So two things here that proved to me that this gift was really more of a, hey, look what I can buy you now. Look what I can do to make up for the shitbag that I was. Let me put myself on a pedestal so I look really good. You bought me a necklace. I always wear the one necklace on my neck the entire time that this person knew me. They knew I never took that necklace off my neck. So there's strike number one. Strike number two was the fact that the necklace was silver. And I know that I exclusively have told and said in conversations multiple times that I am only a gold jewelry wearer. Like, I kid you not, never even touched silver ever before like the past like year. And we're talking like this was 4 years ago. So that's strike two. And strike three was that there was nothing else about that day that was special. And Valentine's Day is supposed to be this day, to celebrate relationships that you have with people, like friendships for Valentine's Day and romantic relationships for actual Valentine's Day. We're not going to get into the details of the deeper meaning of Valentine's Day. I think everything, if we really want to have a whole episode about how time is a mental construct and holidays are just pushed by society for us to spend money, fine, we could have a conversation about that. But this conversation, I love holidays, okay? Make me spend my money. It's fine. But let's spend our money thoughtfully. Because at the end of the day, it didn't matter that Tiffany's necklace cost, a good amount of money. It wasn't the most expensive thing in the world, but it was a good amount of money. It didn't matter. It was the fact that the gift was so thoughtless. It really didn't matter if it was $50 or $1 million. It was a very thoughtless gift. There is an art to gift giving. And when you're creating or coming up with gifts for people, it should be this happy thing. It should be this exciting thing. You should not be giving gifts to people who don't excite you to give gifts to. And you shouldn't be giving gifts to people just because they're giving a gift to you. If you know someone is gifting you something, you should not feel the need to gift them back, and vice versa. That's not how gifting works. It's not a tit for tat kind of thing. It's not, hey, you give me a gift, I give you a gift. So if giving a gift to someone doesn't bring you joy, if it doesn't excite you to give the gift to that person, I don't think you should be giving a gift to that person to begin with. When we talk about the love language of gifting, you can be the person that feels loved by being gifted, or you can be the person that outwardly gives love by gifting. So you could be the giftee or the gifter. For me, I'm the gifter, and there are others out there that are the giftee. And I can tell you this, what matters in the love language of gifting is not the actual material item, but the thought that's put behind it, the thought that you've put into it. That can be super difficult for some people. But I think that most people, if you can think about it, if you can ask yourself these couple of questions I'm going to give you, I think that everyone is very easy to purchase a gift for. You just have to be thoughtful. The goal isn't to literally burn your money at the stake during the holiday season. The goal is to find a gift that is thoughtful, to find a gift that you know you're going to give to this person that you love and that you care about, and that they're going to have an emotional reaction to that, whether that is hopefully a happy one, and whether that's a happy cry, a happy squeal, a laugh. Those are the 3 reactions that I try to go for. The ones that you already know of. What do they want? Did they give you a Christmas list? Have they told you what they wanted? Have they told you what they wanted, but in context of another conversation? Or when you were out and they were like, oh, I really need a new winter coat. This one the seams are bursting, or it doesn't fit me perfectly. The second question is, what do they need? Those 2 questions are the first initial questions that we go to and ask ourselves when trying to figure out a gift for someone. My brain initially, I'm a very visual person, so the first thing that I go to after asking those 2 questions is I visualize what they wear all the time, what this person wears all the time, what they have in their car, what they have in their home, trying to visualize their day-to-day, trying to visualize what they're using in their day-to-day, what they're consuming essentially in their day-to-day, and what could make their day-to-day easier, or what could they use that's more useful, or what could they need an upgrade of. Maybe they have a jacket that is old and they need an updated version of it, or they need one that fits better, or they need one that's better for the weather. If these questions aren't helping you, then ask yourself what they value, what they appreciate, what they find thoughtful themselves. Take the whole gifting thing out of the equation and just think about the person that you're trying to figure out a gift for. What do they find funny? What makes them happy? And think beyond material things. Think services, think experiences, think outside of the box, not just something that they could physically hold in their hand. Getting them a gift card to maybe their favorite restaurant, or maybe they just moved and they need to learn more about the area they're in. Purchase a gift card for a really great restaurant in the area. There are so many different options that you can think of when you think outside the box, beyond what do they want and what do they need. You can also take into consideration, what do you talk about with them? What conversations do you have? What are you talking about? Are you talking about going somewhere? Are you talking about certain things? Are you paying attention to the little things? What about gifting them something that pushes them to try something new? Are they someone that's open to trying new things? That could also be a question to ask. Would you rather have someone just give you a Christmas list, or would you rather figure out something to gift them? Or vice versa, would you give someone your Christmas list? because I have a very strong opinion on this question. I was talking to a friend, and that friend has a similar opinion to my boyfriend. Both of them would rather someone just send them a Christmas list and they go ahead and purchase something off of that Christmas list. I, on the other hand, while I understand the realisticness of just sending someone a Christmas list so that they can purchase something, because they're probably going to purchase you something anyway, but so that they could purchase you something that you want and, not have that confusion, or that, you don't have to go return it and it's not this whole big thing. You just tell them, hey, I want this jacket from this place in this size. And they'll go get it for you. It's exactly what you wanted, and there's no fuss about it. There's no returning anything. There's no issues, and they're not stressed in trying to figure out a gift for you. I think gifting should be a fun process. But I'm a little sneaky. I don't like sending people my Christmas list because I like to see how thoughtful they can be. Maybe this is a little bit of maybe I'm an asshole, but I like to see if someone really pays attention, because I know I'm a really great gift giver. If you can't already tell, wait till you see this gift that I put together for you guys. You're gonna die. But I'm a really good gift giver, and I'm an extremely thoughtful gift giver. I told you, I try to make people cry, okay? I try to make people cry of joy, all right? Cry from the craziness of the thoughtfulness. It warms my heart, honestly, to make someone feel that way. Needless to say, I'm a little evil, though, because I don't like to give out my Christmas list. I may hand some things over to my family if they've I'm talking begged me. Like if it is the 20th time that they've asked me what I want for Christmas, I will be like, okay, fine. Here's 5 different things. And usually those 5 different things are genuinely things that I want, but there are 5 things that I threw together the minute that you asked me what I want for Christmas. And as the season goes on, I think about all the gifts that I actually probably would have wanted for Christmas. And they're things that I saw throughout the year that just came up, and I was like, oh, I'd probably want that for a Christmas gift, but I wouldn't buy it for myself, but maybe I would. Needless to say, I like to see how thoughtful people can get. I am so aware when I shove a little comment in a conversation, and a lot of people tell me that, especially when it comes to men, that they're not self-aware, or they're not as, they can't read context clues. And if you're no, I'm not giving you an excuse. I'm literally telling you that I need wide calf boots because I can't find wide calf boots anywhere to fit my wide calves. Or that I've really been wanting an Oura ring for a while because I want to be able to better track my period and my cycle and my sleep and all of those things. I don't know what my ring size is though, so we're a little fucked in that retrospect. But I just want to see how thoughtful everyone is and what they end up purchasing me. What makes them think about me that they decided to spend their hard-earned money on in order to gift it to me. My mom told us all a story when she was younger. My mom was one of 8 children, and each of them got one gift for Christmas. She went searching one year when she was younger for the Christmas gifts to see what she got. She really wanted to know what she got. And she ended up finding the Christmas gift. I think it was a Susie. Why do I want to say it was a Susie Talks a Lot? I don't think it was. I think it was I think it was a doll though. I think I'm thinking of Elf. So she saw the Christmas present and she put it back. She left it there and she was so excited. And then when Christmas came around, all of her siblings are opening up their presents. They have no idea what they're getting. And they're excited to see what they got. And she opens her gift and it's very lackluster because she already knows what she's getting. So ever since my mom told us that story, I don't think I really ever went in search of our gifts or my gifts prior to then. I actually definitely I never wanted to see them. I always wanted it to be a surprise. I love surprises so much. Good surprises. Let me be clear. Good surprises. And I love gifting surprises to people too. So as much as I want to share all of the gifts and all of the things that I purchased for everyone for the holidays, I physically can't because I want to make sure that I'm surprising everyone for the holidays and what I got them. But if I tell people or give someone my Christmas list, then whatever you're getting me really isn't a surprise. If I tell you I wanted a new curling iron and you get me a new curling iron, then yay, I don't have to go buy one myself. But it's not as exciting for me to open up the gift as it were to be if I didn't tell you anything and you went and purchased something on your own with, all the thoughtfulness that you could possibly put into a gift. But I do understand at the end of the day that the holiday season is super stressful. And we mentioned this in last week's podcast episode. There are so many fucking birthdays around Christmas for Nick and I that I'm stressed because I'm not going to be one of those people that's going to buy one gift and, reel it in and this is going to be the gift for Christmas and birthday. No, you're going to get a gift for Christmas and a gift for your birthday, but it is hard enough, as thoughtful and great of a gift giver I am, it is hard enough to figure out one gift, let alone figure out two gifts and get them around the same time while trying not to literally burn your money at the stake. So stop having babies around Christmas. Thank you. The last thing I want to leave you with about gifting is sometimes putting together a gift that is almost like a gift basket. I'm hosting a giveaway on my @BeautyByJulia Instagram account. And I love these little gifts. I do a sponsorship with Derma E almost every single year where I've done a little gift basket, including the Derma E skincare products. And that's like the hero, the star product of the basket. The number that I have in mind for my gifts is usually either like a $50 gift or a $100 gift. And if there's a hero product, like a $20 product, I'm like, this might not be enough for this person. I want to get them a little more. I want to zhuzh this gift up a little bit. So I take the Derma E skincare products and whatever color the products are, I match that to whatever I put in the gift basket. So we did the vitamin C collection available at Target. I love stores like that, even Amazon, because you can kind of get everything all in one place. I'm more of a go-in-person, touchy-feely person, and I like to pick out the products. So we have the skincare products and then kind of put together a little basket with the skincare products. So whatever the main gift is, whether it's like headphones or a charcuterie board or a blanket, whatever the star of the gift is, find other gifts that go along with it to give you or give the giftee, the person you're giving the gift to, this experience. So with the skincare, I always think about, okay, the new year is coming up, so maybe let's tie in a planner. So I bought this really cute book that it's more of like an inspiration, self-love type of book, like journal type book. And then I love clips. Everybody loves a good clip. Keep your hair out of your face, the whole shebang. And there's so many cute ones. So I then pick out a nude colored clip and some candy, and you kind of just put together this very thoughtful basket that has all of these goodies in them that whoever you're gifting it to could find it useful. You've definitely heard of these before. I go a little bit further to curate them to the person and curate them to the color of the star product in the basket. But you've definitely heard of these baskets before where someone does like a movie basket or a pizza basket, or you could do a charcuterie basket. And inside, for example, the movie basket are maybe two gift cards or a gift card to the movie theater, some movie theater butter, popcorn, some candies, maybe a cozy blanket or some PJs. Or for the charcuterie basket, you do a charcuterie board, some charcuterie knives, maybe some cheeses and meats that obviously you could probably figure out how to work it around the refrigerated meats and cheeses, but maybe some meats and cheeses that don't have to be refrigerated, and then maybe like a jam and some chocolates. You just curate and put together this experience type basket that gives someone this full, thoughtful experience. And I love, love, love putting those gifts together. And I actually find that those are much easier than purchasing maybe just one gift at the price range that you want to be at. Because I think we can find sometimes the perfect gift, and the gift might just not be at the price point or the value that you want it to be. You want it to be like a full gift. So I don't want to just buy someone like a face cream. I want to buy you a face cream and like put it in a little basket with all of these other things that I know you will love and find useful. We're in retrograde until the beginning of January, as I mentioned in last week's episode. And we're moving from a Mercury retrograde in Capricorn, which was actually going to be so very lovely because we're going to have a lot of sextiles and conjunctions and a lot of just really great things happening in the signs while we're in this Mercury retrograde. And I never think Mercury retrogrades are really a bad thing anyway, but they can make things like purchasing gifts and shipping and all of those little communicative aspects a little bit more difficult. But we are starting the retrograde in Capricorn, which is the sign of, I see it as like the sign of money and boundaries and just this very grounded sign. We are then moving into a Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius. So the planet of Mercury is moving backwards when it's in retrograde. So it's currently in Capricorn, and as it moves backwards in this retrograde, it's going to move back into Sagittarius. When it gets to Sagittarius, it's going to be you're going to feel very like adventure seeking, like wanting to go on an adventure but not be able to. And all of this overall, I think is just going to make us feel very tired, very, okay, I'm done buying gifts. So as someone who is a top gift giver, I hope that all of this helps you out. It's not about the money, it's about the thoughtfulness. But I just finished an intuitive class. So I took a psychic class for 6 different classes for about 6-7 weeks. I wanted to take this class, not because I thought, which I don't think anymore, I thought that I didn't have any psychic abilities. Turns out I'm wrong. But I wanted to take this class, number one, because the woman who runs the classes, such a kind, wonderful, amazing soul that she is, she actually invites you to these classes and chooses very intuitively who is in these classes, and the classes are very small. So when she invited me, I was like, I can't not take this. Like, she has deemed me special in some sort of way. I need to take this class. So I did, and I was very open to it in the beginning and very excited. And I was still open to it at the very end in regards to my own intuition and my own psychic ability. But it was tough to get myself to sit down in a chair for about an hour and a half to 2 hours and do something for myself. But I'm so grateful and so happy that I did, because the goal going into taking this class was not only because she deemed me as special enough to take it, but I believed that if I took this class, and I do believe this now, that it would help me trust myself a little bit more and trust my intuition. It's something that I have always struggled with, trusting myself and listening to my gut feelings. I have definitely gotten so much better at it over the years in my own healing and self-love journey. But I figured that if I could connect with my intuition a bit more, I could actually trust and start to differentiate what is a gut feeling that I really need to listen to because of, this is the truth, versus more of a gut feeling of fear and something that's holding me back. So I took this class and it was such an amazing experience, and level 2 is coming up. Let me know if I should take level 2. I am leaning towards yes to take it. And I'm excited to continue that journey in trusting myself more and just tapping into my guide a little bit more, my intuitive vision and my intuitive guides a little bit more, and trusting in myself and the universe and all that is. Now, if this all sounds crazy to you, one of my friends had mentioned to me, she had started seeing her, and she mentioned something so lovely to me that made myself a little bit more open, and hopefully will make yourself a little bit more open to, I guess, the unseen things, the things that we can't see. Like astrology, for example, although astrology is the study of patterns. But she said to me that while we may have a destiny or destinies, the path to get there, or the path to that, is constantly changing. And it's changing based on energies. So today, in this very moment, one energy may be true that, let's say, I'm going to get a puppy for Christmas. But something in the energies, whether it's with myself, with that puppy itself, the person who is taking care of that puppy, or, the other person that I live with, my boyfriend, whether, let's say, some of the energy changes and actually pushes that to come to fruition later on, past Christmas. Or maybe the energy pushes it closer to happen sooner, or maybe it pushes the energy where that isn't going to come to fruition for right now. So it's all in timing, and it's all in energy. And something else that was very important that I was actually very terrified of is that when you are meeting with someone who is genuinely so respectful of this psychic gift that they have and this intuitive gift that they have, they are not going to tell you anything that you cannot handle. So when I heard all of this, it made me so much more comfortable and open to the idea of meeting with a psychic, to talk to them, and to really, honestly, I don't even call it psychic. It's more intuitive. It's just intuition. And in this class, I've learned a lot about my own intuitive gifts and how I see things and how I can trust myself more. And besides the very woo-woo part of intuition, we all have intuition. And if anything can help you better trust yourself, why not? Why not? Because I think a lot of the times we don't listen to our own intuitions or our gut feelings, or for whatever reason it may be, whether it's fear, whether it's because society told us not to listen, or because the world around us is so loud. But I think most of the time it's because we're scared. I couldn't tell you how many times I have not listened to my intuition over the course of my life, especially in my relationships. And I wish in those moments I had been more in tune with my body and more trusting of my body and of myself, my overall being. I wish I trusted myself just a little bit more. The practices that we had done in this class started off very small so that we could start to trust ourselves more. Just really getting quiet and really listening to ourselves and our bodies and our intuition. And we all have that intuition. We've had it for so long, but the world around us forces us to shut it off and not listen. So if there's anything that you can do for yourself today, whether that is in a meditation or that's just in a moment that you're providing to yourself, get quiet and listen. And the more that you can do that, the more that you can hear what your intuition and your guides are telling you. I had a really great last session. I got to meet with Karen. after all of the classes were over, to not just talk about moving forward in my intuitive journey, but also to talk about moving forward in the self-love archives and kind of what's next for me. And it's so interesting because I had met with her a couple times before this class, but meeting with her after this class was way more affirming and validating than the other 2 times I had met with her before the class. And it wasn't that those weren't validating and affirming. It was, this one was different because it was almost as if everything she said I had already known, because I was able to trust my own intuition on my end. I would ask these questions and I already knew the answer, and then she would say the answer, and it was just very affirming and very validating. But there's one thing that she said that left me with something, and I really want to share with you. She had this word, and I think the word she used was subliminal. Once we go into the solstice, which is on the 21st, 22nd of December, we are in this subliminal space up until the new year. So this in between, this very interesting space and time where things have kind of stopped for a moment. And not only is this true in regards to our calendar year and the solstice and the timing and the new year, this is also true for what's happening in our Mercury retrograde. And it's asking us to be in this subliminal space, to sit with ourselves and really think about what is coming up in this new year. To take our time in reflecting on the 2023 that we've had, but also looking forward into the 2024 that we want to have. And I wanted to share this with you because I know how crazy the holidays can be. And I know how crazy my holiday has been. And I feel like I haven't gotten to sit down in a hot second. And I'm sitting down with you right now, and it feels great. But I'm sure if it's been like that for me, it has also been like that for you. So we are in this in-between, this subliminal space for a little bit over a week. And we're going to take this time, and I'm telling you what you're doing. You are going to take this time to reflect on 2023 and look forward to 2024, to write down and ask what you want in 2024, what you want to accomplish, what you want to see, what you want to feel, and who you want to be in 2024. You know those videos where you see the person show a video of themselves in January and then a video of themselves at the end of the year? I want you to do that this year. Do it. Do it. Whether that's just take a picture and keep it on your camera roll and compare it to December of 2024 versus January of 2024, do it. But take this time to be within yourself, to be quiet, to reflect and look forward. That's exactly what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing some planning, doing some thinking, doing some writing on what I want to ask of 2024. I feel big things coming for 2024, like big things that are so big I can't even think of the word. But I am excited for it. And I'm excited to ask for what I'm hoping for. And there is no harm, no harm, no foul. No, it is not bad to ask for what you want. It's not bad to ask for what you need. You're allowed to do that. There's going to be this loveliness up until the end of the year and within the beginning of the year. So as I've asked you to reflect and look forward, take time to relax and be within yourself. And as much as you want to get out there and adventure and see the world, take time to be a homebody, to recharge, refuel, refill your cup. And 2024, I believe, is going to have so much in store for us. We have covered gifts and how to be a thoughtful gifter. I've also talked about intuition and trusting of yourself. Listen to that intuition of yours. The end of the year is going to be slow. Revel in it, relish it, enjoy it. And I will see you back here on Christmas Eve for a really special podcast episode. I know you've been waiting for me to mention the giveaway. I'm going to be posting a giveaway, or hosting and posting a giveaway for you guys. This has just been a wonderful journey. Ooh, emotions coming up, crying. Okay, happy crying. It really has been a wonderful journey being here and being able to chat with you guys through the ups and downs of the end of my 2023, but also to just talk to you as if we're friends and to be your bestie, the big sister that you've always wanted, and your self-love guide. And I am so appreciative of every single one of you that have listened, that have come back to listen, that are just listening now. And I wanted to put together a little gift for you guys. So look out for that on my socials at the Self-Love Archive on Instagram and the Self-Love Archives on TikTok. I want to give you guys something special. I've put it together, and if you haven't already guessed it, it is one of my basket gifts. It's a bunch of a bundle of stuff, of self-love stuff that I know you guys will absolutely love. And if you just so happen to win this gift and you are close by, I will hand deliver it to you. Needless to say, I'm going to be posting that giveaway sometime this week before Christmas. Hopefully everything gets here in time. Fingers crossed, retrograde, don't know, but keep an eye out for it. But you will definitely hear me officially make the announcement about it this upcoming Christmas Eve for our Christmas Eve episode, which I think we're not only having a Christmas Eve episode, we are also having, yep, I was correct. We are also having a New Year's Eve episode. Those are going to be exciting. I appreciate every single one of you, and I can't wait to see and create what is in store for the Self-Love Archives in 2024. Until next week, thank you so much for tuning in and listening. I hope you have an absolutely amazing week. And don't be too hard on yourself this week. Okay? Okay. I love you.